Hello, I'm IBX Toy Cat, and controversial opinion here, but I think you can tell a lot about someone based on how they play Minecraft. I think looking at someone's Minecraft save will tell you a lot about them as a person, and this is something I even put to the test recently. I went on a date and I asked for the girl's Minecraft world. That was a fun video, but unrelated to that, I figured let's test this concept some more in the wider world, and let's ask some strangers to invite me to their public Minecraft world so we can check them out and see what they're all about, both in terms of their Minecraft builds, but mostly in terms of them as a human. And that is why we have Minecraft worlds with titles like Toy Cat Judge Me, and in today's video I'm going to be accepting these invites and I'm going to be joining people's worlds and giving them a rating as a person based on their Minecraft world. What could go wrong with this concept? I see basically nothing, and yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun, I hope. By the way, one of the requirements if you want me to accept an invite to your realm on Minecraft, Java or Bedrock is make sure you put Toy Cat somewhere on the title so I know that you're doing it because of one of these videos, because I only want to tour people's worlds that want them to be on some form of video, just, you know, for the sake of privacy and stuff. So Toy Cat has a big PP is okay, as much as I hate saying that sentence, but Epic with a 1 instead of a C is not okay. So now you know the rules, let's accept some invites. So we'll be joining 10 separate realms today, and the first one is called Toy Cat is Sad, which already, this tells me this person, you know, has some concerns about me. Either they think I'm sad as a person, or they think the concept of rating someone's Minecraft world is sad, but the fact that they invited me to it anyway tells me that, you know, they crave attention so bad, they'll take even the wrong form of attention above anything else like that. And that's kind of interesting, but let's see what the Minecraft world they want this attention on so badly is, because that's what's going to really make the difference here. And immediately I get the sense that this isn't a particularly impressive world, because all I can see is a tiger biome with a few chopped down trees. You can even see there's kind of an unfinished tree here with a random stick floating on some stuff, so you want a stick? Because better believe I can get you some. But yeah, just in general, this looks like a non-world. Until you turn around, that is. Okay, I'm glad the render distance came in right there. Just remember, on realms, render distances are set super low, and that means that you can't see very far, just like how the person behind this realm can't see very far into the future by having the spawn be, you know, not quite close enough to, you know, their thing, and not having any directions from this spawn biome, which is kind of ugly, and isn't really clear of where to go, to their actual village, which we're going to try and get to right now. So yeah, this is some form of Minecraft village, or some form of Minecraft town that has very big walls around the outside, that were a little bit of pain to get over, if I'm being entirely honest with you. And you know, this you know, kind of basis of the village tells me that the person is very cold on the inside. They like cold places because they're isolated, and it reminds them of the inside of their heart. It reminds them of the fact that, you know, they're very cold on the inside, and they like to be reminded of that frostiness with the outside world. You can also tell by looking at signs like this one right here, for construction only, that this world was at some point multiplayer, and the person behind the world has an issue where he feels like his boundaries aren't really being respected by those Minecraft players around him, so he has to put all caps on a sign thinking, yeah, if I'm angry and aggressive at people, that'll make them respect my rules, and you know what, maybe it works for him, but it does have some interesting effects. Also, you can see how this whole place does have some form of lore around it, because he's made a banner pattern that's like his default banner, and he's got a lot of them around the world, not just in this random barn. Also, that is a stray. Nice to see you, by the way. But not just in this random barn, but you can see everywhere else around here, we've got similar ones over here. Can I just mention I nailed dodging that stray and getting his arrow perfectly in the door? Just want to mention that right here. But yeah, so you can see looking around the rest of this village that this guy has illusions of grandeur. The guy, you know, really enjoys building big things without necessarily needing a purpose for them. So, for instance, this building over here that we can just see is the Cult of Firehawk. What is the Cult of Firehawk? How is that necessary to a Minecraft world? It's kind of not. He's built a whole vision inside his head of what these things mean, and you can see there's a lot of time put into this that he wants to be validated in the outside world. So that's fair. It's a nice enough world in that way, but it does confirm some of his internal thoughts. Also, you can see that the personal house, I believe that's what this is right here, I would say so based on the flags above it and based on the fact that it's very housey. You can see that it's a super big Minecraft house. It's got 4 floors to it and it's this big. And you know what they say about big Minecraft houses, right? Lots of space on the inside for activities. That's what they say. But yeah, as you can see, this Minecraft house right here, it does have some form of potential. It has a lot of cool things, even taking advantage of recent updates, which tells me that he likes to play Minecraft even quite recently. However, the overall world, I would say, you know, kind of its biggest flaws are the fact that it's all built in the same kind of palette, very close together. There are some interesting concepts that might make sense in some form of multiplayer, but it's hard to say what is the multiplayer and what is the not, and therefore it's hard to mention what is entirely this person by himself and what was likely done by someone else. I mean, this right here, it's a very unique, different building, and you could, you know, praise the the person for having such a unique building style. I really like this house, by the way. I love stupid art in Minecraft like this. But you know, how can we compliment him, or should we compliment the foxes that seem to actually be running the place? It's hard to say. Also, I really want foxes in my Minecraft house now. I've decided, because this is cute as heck. Don't need the cobblestone, guys. Also, he's named them Toast and Smaller Boy. I like that as a... I'm assuming this was a baby at one point. I like that as a naming system for foxes. So sure, nice. This is a really cool house. But is it his house? I don't know for sure. Which is why we're going to move on from this delightful world, from this person who has a delight in cold and in, you know, locking other people out of his own heart. And we're going to move on to the next one, which comes in from Pierce Potato, who's going on the charm offensive by trying to compliment my PP, which if you don't know, stands for profile picture. You know, it's something that isn't very commonly known out there, and my profile picture of the cat is quite delightful, so I'll admit, even though he's trying to flatter me, I know for a fact that my PP is very nice, so don't worry about that affecting my judgment today. But yeah, you can see how even though his compliments may talk a big game, his Minecraft world itself, already you can see, has a heavy reliance on wood. That's right, just like the way he compliments YouTubers, his Minecraft world definitely has a strong reliance on hard wood being the basis of everything in here, and although I would say it's mixed up quite well with some glass, I feel like, you know, glass, wood, and stone, you can actually combine together in some really interesting ways that, you know, like, might not necessarily be done before. I like this house because it's, you know, unique enough. It's not your standard Minecraft shack, and even, you can actually see he's actually done some pretty late game stuff. Oh, and look at this. The charm offensive continues with some free stuff and a little bit of a book to guide me around the world. And this book tells me that they're really worried about being misinterpreted by the world. So they've explained this is 100% survival. This was started 10/20, so the 20th month of 2019, or assuming that's American dates, about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, the goal is to turn every single city in the overworld, village in the overworld into a city, it sounds like. So, oh, we've got a little thing over here. Nether hub down here. Let's go see this Nether hub, shall we? The proudest point in the entire world. Let's see how it is. Also, I guess he's trying to build like a Nether back here to simulate that. I think that's a cool idea. So now we have a choice. Do we go to the miscellaneous villages with the work-in-progress Sky Island, or do we go to the Nether village and the underwater base? And you better believe, because I love flattery, that's why I'm on this world, you better believe that we're going to be going to the Nether village, because who doesn't like the sound of that? Although actually it sounds like it's not a village built in the Nether, like how I've done in my Minecraft world. I thought it was the imitation that's in serious form of flattery, but instead it seems as though they built a Nether village in the overworld, which actually sounds like it could be a lot of fun too. So let's go see it. So yeah, this is very clearly a work in progress. You know, it doesn't take a genius to look at this and say like, oh yeah, there's a lot more work that needs to be done here. There's a lot of blocks that need to be covered in Netherrack. Keeping the pathways around while still having grass blocks, it looks really rough. Like, I think if this was all Netherrack for quite some distance around, that'd be impressive, but otherwise it's a bit strange. I think it was really clever, though, to use this because it's an abandoned village, which spawns super frequently for reasons I'm going to be discussing in a future Seed Sunday. I'm still doing the research on it right now because I believe there's a weird bug that no one knows about. Not, you know, a bug, but like I think there's a weird occurrence difference of abandoned villages in Minecraft that I'd love to talk about sometime in the future. But yeah, the fact that he's got an abandoned village right here, I think that actually makes this a clever place to use Netherrack around it. Because again, if there's a village that feels most Nethery, it's got to be the abandoned villages. However, I feel like seeing this in like the semi-done state that it's in right now, it's got a little bit of roughness to it. You know, this is rough around the edges to say the least. And you know what? I'm just saying, I wouldn't claim this for the British Empire. I would wait for this to be a little bit nicer, and then I'd swoop in and I would make it ours. I realize referencing old videos is going to be very confusing if you've never seen any previous World Realm tours. And in that case, you know what? I'm actually a colonialist, is my official explanation of that one. Hope that makes sense to you, internet. So heading the other way now, let's see if this Sky Village has the same problem, or if maybe, unlike his problem with not finishing things. Ooh, End Portal Road is incomplete, be careful. You know, it's hard not to be a little curious about what that means. Are there going to be gaps in it, maybe? Oh, I can see what's going on here. I love, by the way, this is something I guess more people should do. Using, like, wood or glowstone or something like that to point when you've got a big pathway. Oh, that's not a pointer. I thought that was an arrow pointing down there. It's just this. Well, I just came up with an idea that this person has not come up with. But yeah, so it's a bit of a rough road. The warning is more like, hey, it looks terrible. Please don't judge me. Which, you know, I'm going to judge him anyway. Like, you know, this person, he's so scared of judgment that I'm going to judge him for that. And if that's not a great idea, I don't know what is. And let's go see this Sky Village, shall we? Which should be over here. By the way, has to be said, this guy's ceilings are as low as his self-esteem. And you know, that takes quite some doing in this particular one. Oh, the guy was actually in the realm with me. Oops. So this is the supposed Sky Village, and you know what? I don't want to, you know, call anyone a liar, but I do want to say that, you know, maybe just maybe, this guy is a serial, a sociopath. That does nothing but lie to strangers on the internet, because he realizes that unless, as soon as they work out who he really is, that they'll start to tear into their soul, and they'll start to realize that there's nothing valuable about them. So they lie to them over and over again. They make up new, complex ways of luring them into their web. But really, I think based on this bland Minecraft village, you're a bland human being, Pierce Potato. Also, this might actually just be a miscellaneous village. I might have gotten this one wrong. But you know what? Analyze myself real quick here and say, you know what? I should be more clearly signposted if not. And I like to blame people for their own mistakes. And therefore, we're going to hop over to the next world now. I would say this is a solid concept to start with. Like, I would say for 3 weeks especially, this is pretty good. You saw the development in that Nether village and with the other village. But I think this is a world that would be more interesting. Okay, you know, I start insulting him and suspiciously I get disconnected. I don't think that's a coincidence. So this next one is called IBX Toy Cat. Welcome to my converted Java to Bedrock world. And, you know, I'm kind of curious about what a converted Java to Bedrock world looks like. There's going to be some mistakes in here, but you know what? When it comes to this guy, I'm sure that's no news. I don't know why I have to be so mean to people. Like, you know, I can just say, hey, thank you for watching the channel. Glad you like it. I don't know why I have to call you a mistake to start this one up. But you know what? You know what this Realm series is about. You know there's some expectation that I'll be mean to you. And you like it anyway, so clearly we know that, wait, where's his name? Is a masochist for pain. He's got this same problem where he puts some words in caps locks, like, my brother, not for your brother, Toy Cat. You can't let him have this leather chest plate. But you know what, my brother might not be able to have it, but you better believe I'm taking it anyway. Also, golden apple. Wow, that's mine now. By the way, in case you think I'm just being a monster by stealing people's stuff, you can always reset a world, that, like, Realms has a bunch of backups for it. If you want to reset it that way. And that's what I encourage people to do. Also, usually Realms are just a backup of a world anyway. So, you know, we're not actually stealing stuff from people. But, let's pretend we are. Yeah, how's your brother like these apples? See, I'm funny sometimes. Unlike the person behind this world, who has a surprisingly... I don't know, like, this is... I don't want to say generic, because that seems almost insulting. But there's something about this world that's just like, yep, this is a very every-person Minecraft world. In a really good way. Like, it feels like a very high-end Minecraft world. Just also one that probably has been done before. Like, you know, I've mentioned before, there are some Minecraft builds everyone has made. A boat is one of them. This guy has a boat. There are some Minecraft builds that everyone's made. Some form of, like, island. I don't know if that was in the video, but this guy's done it. He's got some form of big, impressive house over there. And then he started working on the high-tech end of Minecraft. I don't know why I'm saying he. You know, there's like a 1 in 8 chance that it's a girl. But you know what? Let's go with the 7 in 8 chance. Or, you know, it could be something else. Let's not genericize. Let's not stereotype. That feels like a word. You know what? Roast myself real quick. I don't know English, apparently. But, yeah, you can see that the tech side of Minecraft definitely interests this person more based on the crazy amount of whatever's going on right here that they've decided to start working on. There's a random bed up here. And although usually I don't recommend sleeping on beds that are just over an edge like this, they'll never spawn you over the edge, but it's always terrifying to think about. Like, it's a long way down from here. It seems as though this is some form of a farm for... Oh, it's an AFK fish farm, that's what it is. So it's all the way up here for protection reasons, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but this tells me they use an AFK fish farm, which is, in my opinion, it's one of the least cheating forms of cheating in Minecraft. Like, yeah, technically it's not cheating, but, like, it kind of is, right? We can all agree on that. Also, I want to try something here. This might just work, or I might die, but let's see if we can make this work. Oh. Hey! Oh, I bounced on the bed, but I died anyway. Well, that's nice. So pretending that's not a thing, you can see based on the isolation of the survival island from everything else, I think this is someone that, you know, the spawn island, the tutorial island if you will, this is someone who had some amount of like RuneScape playing where they're like, yep, we need a spawn island, an island for people to get their bearings on, and then they can come see the main stuff with my pretty little house over there, or yeah, I'd say pretty little was fair for this, or this project that I started and clearly never made too much progress on. Like, it was clearly meant to be a house where he's like detailed the inside where all the rooms should be, Although this is a secret room. I don't know what's going on here, actually. Maybe it got exploded or something along those lines. But there was clearly plans for something here which never came to fruition. This tells me the person behind the world clearly has a problem with making grand ambitions and never quite finishing them. Because again, look at this house, not quite finished. Look over there, all those lily pads, is that what even? It looks like they're lily pads, but they're despawning as we get closer. But all those lily pads over there, you know, oh, it's seagrass maybe. It's clearly never gone somewhere. He started destroying an iceberg, you can tell based on the large flatness there, but it never really went anywhere either. Even the closest things we can find to like properly finished builds. By the way, I found a skeleton horse so I can explore the world better. But the closest thing we can find to actual builds, like whatever that was meant to be, I wouldn't say are finished. The only things that you can really say definitively, you know, 100% are finished are, you know, this weird little carrot farm, this tree farm, the other tree farms, if you can even call them that, floating above the ground. And then also the fact that around the island, he's kind of made it like a stone wall. I really like this as an effect. I'm surprised I haven't seen this more in Minecraft. Like taking an island and rather than having it naturally go into like a beach before the sea, building over it so you have this really nice effect of like, oh yeah, clear water-land separation. It's a pain to play on, I imagine. It makes survival awful because boats can't get over that gap. However, in terms of aesthetic, which is what a lot of people care about in Minecraft, it's pretty good. And that's how I would, you know, generalize this person as a result. I would say there's someone who clearly likes Minecraft, has done a lot of cool things, even does some pretty impressive builds sometimes, and can get some decent way through some of them. However, what I would say is they're clearly not someone who can commit to a project all the way because of things like this. I mean, it's a non-finished project. Because of things like whatever that is or was supposed to be. Because of all these different things around here, like this is... You know, this is rough around the edges, to say the least. It's clearly a world with a lot more that needs to be done, and that probably explains a lot, if you ask me. So yeah, a talented builder that doesn't care too much about practicality is way more about form over function, and that's okay. But also, is it really? That's something you have to tell yourself at night, though. Because I'm going to hop over to the next world, which claims to be ethical survival. It's got Toy Cat in the title, though, so we're going to check it out. This person believes the most important adjective for their survival world is ethical, and that already tells me broad strokes about them as a person, but I'm hoping that I am mistaken about this one. So there's two possibilities. Either this is just a blank world that people sometimes send me because they don't... They want to send a world over, but they literally don't have one, so they're like, you know, I'll just send a blank world, and I hope he likes that. I don't, by the way. It's awful. You should feel bad about yourself. Or maybe this is a genius play on the fact that, you know, the only ethical way to play Minecraft survival is to kill yourself immediately and never play again. Just like in the real world. The only ethical way to live on Earth in 2019, with all the complex decisions you have to make regarding animal cruelty, climate change, and, you know, like working conditions in other countries, the only ethical way to live your life is just to immediately kill yourself upon spawning, and every moment you spend alive, every moment you spend trying to make a difference on the world, you're ultimately making a bad impact to the ecosystems, to the animals, and the environment around you. Yeah, so probably lazy. Maybe a genius criticism of the very nature of existence itself. Who knows for sure, though? Let's move into the next world. Next up, we have Elisa Beth's Honorary Hardcore. Looking forward to this one because Elisa Beth is one of the regular stream viewers you might know because of the making fun of the name we do. You know, am I just a mean person? Is that what the internet wants from me? You just want abuse? Is that how this works? I mean, based on the fact that this is a hardcore world, that might just be true. So yeah, this is a Java world, I assume converted to Bedrock, or maybe they're doing like Honorary Hardcore, where it's like, we'll play on hard difficulty and we'll totally delete it when we die, which, not the same as true hardcore, just saying Mojang, add it to the game, needs to be a thing. But yeah, so you can see that immediately, right off the bat, this is a pretty nice survival world. It's got a very compact, actually usable Minecraft house. I hate when people have Minecraft houses that aren't functional, aren't really usable, whereas this one right here has a bunch of different rooms that actually could reasonably use. And also, even though it's made out of wood, which is a pretty low-tier block, again, we've said, it's hard and it's sturdy, but it's easy to get. It's a lot of different types of the same wood, and it's a lot of wood blocks themselves, so it does show some amount of, like, pride in one's home, which is a good trait to have, I would say. You can also tell this is legit survival based on the fact that, you know, look at all these torches over here. This is someone who is nervous about creeper exploding on them in hardcore, you know, to the extent where they're like, okay, there is a craft enchanting table here. I'm going to be in this in a GUI. I won't be able to hear a creeper or deal with it if I do hear one. So they've lit up the area going quite some distance away. And they've done it in a pretty random way. Again, this is not the way I would choose to do it, but it is a pretty effective way. There are torches stopping any mobs from spawning anywhere near here, which is wonderful, given that we're here ourselves right now. So yeah, based on the serious number of cows, pigs, and even, if you would believe it, villagers who are trapped in this cruel, world over here, which, by the way, it's nice. There's jungles from different types of villages. Oh no, it's in a jungle biome. So the villagers had to come here by boat, probably. Yeah, they're trapped in proper prison cells. This tells me that Elizabeth has a real problem with, letting people live their free lives. What she really wants from anyone inside her life is them to be in a little box where she can pick them up at any time, but they can't deal with her without her express permission. And maybe, that to me tells me about some intimacy issues that are being expressed via Minecraft enslavement of villagers. Either that, or maybe, maybe a sadist. It's hard, sadist. Is it sadist or sadist? I feel like it should be sadist, like you like making people sad. But, either way, you can see some real links from that in here with things like this villager, Mr. Guy, who even has a giant blade at all times that, he contemplates culling himself on. And despite that, his freedom is not guaranteed or even offered by the owner of this world. And yeah, the other thing I would say about this, besides, clear tendencies towards definite intimacy issues of the world. You can also see how, looking around the rest of this, everything here is very functional and very small. There's a small sugarcane farm, there's a small wheat farm, there's a small chicken farm for eggs, which are indeed collected into this ridiculously sized chest. You can see how this is kind of the opposite problem to the previous world. Not that it's necessarily a problem, but there's a key focus on on function over form here. So there's no like big pretty builds besides maybe this house or maybe this. I assume it's a mob farm, by the way. I'm not too certain about that one. There's a clear focus on having the things work before making them do other things, which in hardcore is admittedly a good strategy to have. It doesn't matter how pretty your world is if you get blown up by a creeper, and this world seems to follow that logic pretty rambunctiously. Also, that ocelot just killed a chicken in a boat, and I don't know how I feel about that one. But yeah, so this is definitely some form of mob grind, right? Maybe it's an iron farm. I'm not sure 100% which. Although these signs just tell me wuss. So I'm going to go up and we're going to see. Oh, would you know, it is some form of villager farm. If I had concerns about villager torture and the implications on that before, then boy, do I have some more of those right now. Can villagers climb down ladders, actually? I want to know, is this for her to get down, or is this for the villagers to go down? I guess it's for her. How do you get the villagers out of it? Like, I generally don't know how this works. Like, do you just, like, let them through this glass thing over here? Or do some of them spawn up there and they go deliberately down the chute? I'm going to free the villagers. I've decided. Go free villagers. Be free. Or maybe I'm going to be free instead. It's for farming drops? Yeah, it must be Iron Golem related, but it's still very weird to see. So yeah, this is a world that has one small sentiment of sentimentality. It's a black cat, which, by the way, unlucky sign. And otherwise, it's very much focused on being super, super functional, which is great, don't get me wrong. But, is that the only thing you need to work on? Or should you have one pretty thing? One thing where you're like, this is a thing that I did. You have all these resources, but what are you going to spend them on, Elizabeth? That is the question I have for you. But let's move into the next world here. So the next world is called Love You Toy Cat, and again, another case of sincere flattery happening immediately right off the bat here, which, who doesn't love to be flattered every now and then? So this world clearly knows what it is I, want when I'm going through a world looking at it, because it says there are supposed to be rules here, but Toy Cat doesn't listen to those, so Toy Cat's yes instead. Again, loving this already. When someone listens to your boundaries and respects them, that is, the number one thing to really listen for in anything. And yeah, looking at the world already, we can see with the map, it's kind of basic, but it started from a survival island, which is always a fun basis. So let's see what they've done with the island that they spawned on. Assuming they didn't make an island, but I'm like 95% sure they instead spawned one. So yeah, this looks like it's actually a group world because it was made by Enderstar, but it referenced Ender Dragon Pig, and there's a guy named Squiddle Dee-Doo. Again, concerning but confusing names. Looking around the rest of here, you can see there's a cat. You can see there's a little bit of an underground base, but otherwise it's a pretty basic base. A basic base, if you will. Aha, so funny, I am. Looking around the rest of this, you can see Enderstar 22, the Flatterer herself, himself. Isn't it meant to be easy to tell what Minecraft skin tone is? I guess you could work it out based on the thickness of the arms, right? The arms are 3 thick. How thick are my arms? My arms are 4 thick. I guess that means it's a female skin. Pro tip with Toy Cat. How to tell if someone is a girl or not. So let's look at her house. probably. So clearly they defeated the Ender Dragon. I always do love seeing these, you know, like Ender Dragon heads just yapping about. If you don't know, it's powered by redstone. But it is super fun to see regardless. Just look. I'm the Ender Dragon now. This is me. And yeah, let's give the world a quick little browse. Same problem here. It's a really basic survival base. A basic... You know, I'm going to keep making that joke. What are you going to do to stop me, internet? It's a really interesting concept for a house that isn't really fleshed out or goes anywhere. Again, maybe they spend most of their time going out and doing stuff. But it seems as though having these basic houses is kind of sad in that way. However, something I'm loving immediately is they were clearly inspired by the insane sugarcane farm and the insane wheat farm. So next to each other, we've got two giant pillars here. One of wheat, one of sugarcane. And I have to admit right now, I love... Oh wait, what just happened there? I have to admit right now, I love seeing this. I love when people are inspired to do something crazy and insane like this. And yeah, even though they haven't made it all the way to the top on the sugarcane farm, it looks like they actually might have on the wheat farm. Oh my god, they genuinely have. It's not as big, of course, but the fact that they've actually finished it, that is something that... Oh god, that was a bad idea. Oops. That is something that takes some serious time to finish, was my point right there. And, F in chat, I agree. So, yeah, besides the F's in chats, and besides the interesting, very small sample builds, this is clearly a test world. This is clearly where a bunch of people get together to test a few concepts. Look at this little cat house over here, for instance. No, this is not a bunny. This is a cat surprise. Aha! I nailed it. I thought it was a cat at first. Didn't even get confused by that. We've got this little village text right here, but nothing else is going right there. You can see how this is a world that clearly... ooh, what's going on here? Can I have another Elytra? Okay, I can't. I've wasted the one... Oh, no, it's over here. We're perfect. We're fine. But yeah, you can see looking around this world, it's pretty small. It's pretty well put together, but it makes you want to, you know, ask for more. It makes you beg the question, would you like anything? It makes you beg the question of, what are the kind of goals here? However, I will say, I've been flattered by the imitation of these. I think there are, you know, potentials of where this should go, but it's not a great world yet. And maybe that describes Enderstar 22 as a person, you know? There's a good intent behind there. I mean, the free Elytra and fireworks were nice, but, you know, is there the substance to back it up? These are the questions I sometimes ask myself. Also, you let a person called Ruby Egg 150 onto your world, and first of all, they do not know how to make a Minecraft house. Or even, they don't even seem to understand the concept of a Minecraft house, because it's just two furnaces, a double chest, and a crafting table. And also, you know, that name, just say, yo, this is the worst Minecraft house I think I've ever seen on a realm. It's literally made from cobblestone, birch, has a hole in the ground, doesn't even contain a bed. Is it even a Minecraft house? I would argue not. I would definitely argue no. That's not a thing that's not a thing I think is real. But yeah, overall, this is a solid enough concept for a Minecraft world. Oh, even has one of these blue ice pathways, which everyone loves. If you don't love them, then you're a monster. But yeah, this is a really good start to a Minecraft world that just doesn't go somewhere. And that's a disappointment, like Enderstar 22. I'm just kidding. Love you really. Thank you for the Elytra. Next up here, we got the Toy Cat Isles by MC Lil Boy Billy. This is a little boy named Billy. Or is it like a rapper who's like, I'm Lil Boy Billy and I'm here to say, I want you to check out my Minecraft save. Does save and say rhyme? Let me try that again. My name's Lil Boy Billy and I'm here to say, I think you could be my Minecraft bae. And clearly, when you have a beacon at spawn, you indicate that is more than just a possibility. So yeah, this is a Christmas-themed round based on the baubles. Or they're way too big to be baubles. This whole thing's ridiculous. But based on that, it's you know, not looking too awful. Based on this weird house-style thing at spawn, I can tell that one of the things that sadly Lil Boy Billy has fallen for is the concept of like over-detailing. You know, this is a personal pet peeve. I think Minecraft community in general might be like, oh, this is so amazing for a small house. But, like, the amount of usable space here has been really limited by this building style. Like, again, look how big this house is, but look how little of it is actually usable. Maybe that's genius, maybe that's beautiful, maybe that's something everyone loves, and I do have to admit, it is charming looking, it looks high effort, but when I see something like this, I'm just like, it's a thing, I guess. So yeah, personally, don't like this. Shows a lot of attention to detail, though, which is good when your name is Lil Boy Billy. Let's get in this boat, by the way. I don't see what could go wrong with this. So yeah, just over here, we have ourselves a beacon, which says Toy Cat Shrine. Do not open this if you're not Toy Cat. Am I Toy Cat, though? This is a good question. So he's given me some diamond armor. So again, appreciate the flattery. I take my back comments on your house, actually. You know what? I've decided right now here on the spot, I actually take bribes. And you know what? Previously when I said that the world had too much detail, what I really meant is too much detail to not break my heart. This world has got a beautiful outpost at spawn, followed up by, it seems as though, this wonderful nether portal, which has bars around the back of it. Oh, bars on both sides. It's a forbidden nether portal, which, you know, how can you not be curious? Hub in construction, in progress, never closed. So, was that the world? You know, just like Lil Billy Boy, the world is small, but charming, and therefore, Lil Billy Boy is delightful. I want to go in, honestly, but it's under construction. That's sad. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else that we can access without the Nether Portal Hub. Like, we could obviously go in a direction and hope we find something, but I literally can't see it otherwise, because the spawn is an island in the middle of nowhere. Which, you know, fair play to the, you know, Lil Billy Boy pulled himself up by his bootstraps here, and managed to make a bad spawn work for him. What have you done today, viewer? Yeah, you might think that I'm making fun of the people whose worlds I'm checking out, but really, it's your fault for deciding to watch me be mean to other people. What hole in your heart does that fill? Why didn't you watch videos where people are nice and wholesome to each other's realms? You know, I upload a video where I'm nice to people and compliment their realms. You don't like that at all. I upload a video where I psychologically analyze people and tell them about their shortcomings, and you're in love with that. Why is that, viewer? What is wrong with you, internet? Why do you encourage content that is over the top and not representative of the real world, where people, especially in Minecraft, are supportive and friendly? You know, this is your problem, internet. But yeah, sadly, Lil Bitty Boy, you might have a delightful username and a delightful spawn, but without a nether hub, there's never a way that I'm gonna see the rest of your world. Okay, I'm excited about this one because Furious Nightmare says, Toy Cat, judge me. This person wants my judgment. This person's not gonna turn around and say, hey, when you said you were gonna judge us, I didn't mean that hard, so I'm gonna give this person my full and honest opinions. That's right, I'm gonna say the things that, you know, have previously been unsaid. And we're gonna start by taking the person's diamond armor and going to these coordinates, or not going to these coordinates, which, you know, the fact that they put a sign up like that, they know me, and I think that's nice. I think knowing your audience is important when designing signs, and this person clearly knows theirs. So 172, 569, that's easy enough to work out where we're going, because it's roughly this way. There we go. Make sure both coordinates are going up, and then let's do this. Oh, I already forgot what the coordinates were. I know 569 was the last one, but I forgot the first one. So, let's go to 569 and let's see what we find. Oh, we found a minecart track. Cute. This is a pretty long Minecraft track too. And you know what? All I'm saying... Oh, I think we're going this way now, apparently. Oh, this is where we were clearly meant to go, I think. Is this the house that we're recommended to check out? So yeah, the Nightmare Man himself has made a surprisingly good little village over here, I would say. It's big, it takes the original form of the village and expands it rather than entirely rewriting it. And actually, I would say, does a good job at that. Like, look at this house, I would say, improved over a default one. Look at these little village tables. They allow for lecterns to exist, but in a way that's vaguely thematic. I'd say the cartography tables kind of ruin it here, but, like, in general, there are, like, hubs where all the trading and all the villager stuff is going down. I kind of like that. Except, wait a minute, this isn't thematic. This is another little concentration camp style thing. Admittedly, they're free to leave whenever they want, but still feels a bit rough. Also, you can tell this is someone off my own heart because they have an observer block that, set up to instantly destroy the sugarcane. Again, who doesn't love a good automated sugarcane farm? It's impossible not to, I think you'll find. It also has a lot of really weird mechanics in here that seem to be speeding up the growth of the sugarcane. Oh, and look at this beauty of a house over here. I'm loving the cobblestone with the spruce attached to it. You know, this is looking at Minecraft's beauty standards and saying, you know what, I don't care what your beautiful houses are. I'm going to make a house be as square and boxy as I like. And you know what, I love about this. You know what, this world as a whole, it's got the honesty down, it's got the audience thing down. And I said I'd be truly honest with you, Mr. Nightmare, because you want me to judge you. And I judge you to be worthy of everything and anything you want. This is just a delight to check out in every way. Like, even transporting iron golems around in the minecarts. I assume that's how he got all the villagers here, actually. Even got a random giant mushroom, got his own little flag, got everything you need to have the most delightful Minecraft world. And clearly, I would say, this is the best looking of any Minecraft world we've checked out today. That's just 100% factual right here, like this glass that has replaced the grass. which, you know, clever little thing right there, in my opinion. This actually, you know, it's weird, because I was making all of this as a joke, like, oh yeah, this is the best Minecraft world ever, look how nice it is, and how I'm not lost in the forest. But, this actually has inspired me the most of any of the Minecraft builds, and maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's not. Maybe this is a reflection on how bad I am as a Minecraft person, but we're not gonna stop too much to reflect, because we're gonna move into the final world, which is from Joe P. Cool, that says, "Hi Toy Cat, Creative Realm." And again, I'd like to remind you, they agreed to a good judgment right here, and I'm gonna give it a fair shake before we start really judging with this last world, because it is creative. Oh my god, this is worse than I thought. I loaded up the world, was thinking, okay, let's wait till it's daytime so we can see it with a fresh coat of paint. What the person has managed to do is they locked their day-night cycle, and for some godforsaken reason, they did it at midnight. They locked it at the darkest point in the day, and on top of that fact, because, you know, this is a creative world, let's just start with the fact that this tells me this person has no concept of reward put in versus time out. They just want to cheat their way through life. They don't care about what damage it does to themselves or to the world, or, you know, what real impact they're going to have. What they care about most, it seems, is they care about just, you know, like playing in creative. They've even used the seed from, I believe this is a previous Seed Sunday. I recognize this spawn of the village near spawn and the giant mesa with the desert going next to it. I'm pretty certain we'll find a desert temple if we go for long enough. But yeah, they've used a previous seed from Seed Sunday, and they've loaded it up in creative of all places, where, you know, do Seed Sundays really matter? Does a good seed matter too much for creative? And then, despite their clear ignorance of, you know, the fact that, you know, Minecraft survival is the superior way to play, and that's what this channel is kind of all about. Despite their clearance for that, like, sure, you want to start in creative, that's fine, good way to get going. But do you know what they did with their world after loading up in creative with a Seed Sunday seed, and after locking the time to night? They decided that they weren't going to place a single block. They're so lazy that even when they're given the tools of the trade, you can open and use any block you want. They're like, oh, actually it sounds real hard to build stuff. What if I just flew around and then set the time to night? This person is an absolute monster, and I don't know how, you know, they can look at themselves in the mirror without feeling absolutely disgusted with themselves when they wake up. I don't know how you could make this world, invite Toy Cat to it, and be like, this is my creative realm. You know, a lot of setup went into this without a single bit of actual building, it seems, that I can find anywhere near the spawn. It's literally just a creative world that I'm pretty certain came from a Seed Sunday about a year ago from one of the, you know, Minecraft Without X challenges. And I'm just saying, I look at this, I want to throw up at them as a person. I am that disgusted and disappointed, honestly, with them. And you know what? If this is your world, then if this is what you do in Minecraft, then either you're a 3-year-old and you don't have a concept of thoughts or the outside world, or what the word creative means, or what visuals are meant to look like, or you're a sadist and you just like to hurt Toy Cat. And in either case, well played, I guess. So thank you very much for watching this video. I had a blast. I lie. Some of the worlds were quite fun to see, but I feel like I could have done some more judging. So maybe we'll do this again with fewer worlds, and we'll go more in depth in each person. Because again, there was like kind of a hurry to get through all of the worlds in only a little bit over an hour. Or maybe you think, you know what, Toy Cat, no, you should spend same number of worlds, but give each world like an hour each. Or maybe we should just do like one world, like analyzing a subscriber. There's a lot of like ways we could take this, and I'd love to hear your suggestions in the comments down below. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed this thing, and by this thing I don't mean this world, because I think I might throw up any time now between now and the end of the video. But yeah, I hope you had a wonderful day, and I hope it wasn't ruined by this person's sheer disgusting Minecraft world. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, because I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.